Okay, lesson 8.3 is multiplying. Okay, multiplying binomials. Now, we can talk about it as distributive property. We can talk about it as FOIL. And I don't know what your preferences are, but the deal is you have to be able to multiply these. Okay, so, and I kind of have, do you guys remember FOIL or, I don't know.
I didn't do that last year. She always used the distributive property.
That's possible, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't guarantee, because this would have been second semester with Miss Stitsworth, and I can't guarantee if she uses FOIL or not. So.
She has a room.
Huh?
I said you could probably call her.
Yeah, that's not important. Regardless, we're going to learn it this year. So, okay, so using the distributive property. Okay, if we think distributive property, I'm going to show it both ways, but basically it's the same thing. The distributive property says, okay, we're going to take 3x, and it has to distribute to everything in the other parenthesis. So that means 3x has to multiply by x, and 3x has to multiply by 4. So 3x times x is
3x. 2.
what do we do with the exponents?
Oh,
Now, if you're multiplying, the bases are the same, we're going to add them. So 3x times x is 3x to the second. Then we're going to distribute 3x to 4. 3x to 4, 3x times 4, 12x. Then we're going to distribute the 1. So the 3x distribute to everything in the second parentheses. Now we're going to distribute the 1. 1 times x is,
1x.
so we're going to say plus 1x. And then we're going to distribute the 1 times 4, and 1 times 4 is 4. Okay. From here, the step is always going to be about collecting like terms, cleaning it up. What like terms can we add here? Yeah, well, the x's that have the same exponents. So 3x squared will carry down as 3x squared. 12x plus 1x. 13x. And then plus 4. And then that's what a final answer will look like today. Okay? There's going to be some exceptions and, things where terms cross out and that kind of stuff. But that's the general idea of what it's going to look like. So we distributed the 3x, and then we distributed the 1. Now, I can teach that way, or I can teach FOIL. Which, here's the deal. FOIL is pretty much the same thing. Okay, FOIL is just kind of supposed to be a nifty way to remember it. So FOIL says we start by multiplying first. So that means we're multiplying the first term in each parenthesis. Well, what's the first term in each parenthesis? 3x times x. And so, which is what we did earlier, right? 3x times x is 3x squared. Then it says we multiply the outsides. What are the outside two terms? 3x times 4. And hey, didn't we do this earlier? 3x times 4 is 12x. Then it says we do the insides. The insides are the inside two pieces. 1 times x is 1x. And last is the last piece, the last term in each parenthesis. So the 1 is last and the 4 is last. 1 times 4 is 4. Is that what we had in the other one? It's the same thing, isn't it? Okay, and you clean that up, and it's 3x squared plus 13x plus 4. You can think distribute. You can think FOIL. It's up to you. Okay? Okay, let's try one. Well, we already tried one. Let's try another one. How's that? X plus 3 times x plus 6. What are you starting with?
X and X.
Okay, x and x is first. And what is x times x?
Just X.
Okay, so if we're thinking x times x, that's 1x to the first times 1x to the first. Well, 1 times 1 out front are just regular ones. So 1 times 1 is going to be 1. And then x times x. Remember, as long as the base is the same, you keep the base and add the exponents. 1x to the second. Or what we more commonly just say is x to the second. And you can put the 1x to the second there if you want, but we more commonly just say x to the second. And then what? We did the first, x times x.
3 and 6.
Let's not jump.
Oh, it has no sign.
1x and 6.
The outsides are going to be x times 6, or distribute that x. So x times 6 is going to be,
6X.
6x. Okay, so the x went to x went to 6. That was first and outsides. Now what?
Then we do 3.
Take that 3 and distribute it, or we're doing insides. 3 times x, 3x. Yep, don't make it any more difficult than that. And then
3x plus 6. Oh, 3 plus 6 right now.
how about 3 times 6? And 3 times 6 is 18. Do I get to leave my final answer like that?
No.
What am I going to put my final answer as? Excuse me. What terms can be put together?
6x plus 3x.
Yeah, I like terms. 6x and 3x. So we're going to carry down x squared. A positive 6x plus 3x is going to make it 9x. Plus, don't forget, 18. Notice it's those middle two terms that are adding. Everything else just carries down. Okay. We got to change things up a little bit on the next one, don't we? So as we change things up on the next one, we're still going to follow the same process though, right?
Yeah.
So what are we going to do first?
2x times x.
Okay. The first thing in each parenthesis. So 2x times x, which is
2x.
2x to the power of,
One. I can grab this half.
because I'm like, it's showing on my screen, but I forget my,
Oh, 2.
2x times x. 2 is the whole number, that's good, but what's x to the first times x to the first? No.
2x for the second.
Yeah, 2x to the second. When the bases are the same, keep the base and add the exponents. Okay, so that was first. What's next?
2x times 3.
Okay, so we're going to distribute that 2x, or we're going to do outsides. 2x times a positive 3.
6x.
Yeah, 2x times 3. 2 times 3 makes it 6x. Now we've done all the distributing with the 2x, right? Now we have to distribute the 5. What kind of 5 is that?
Negative.
That's a negative 5, right? So as we go to distribute, remember that's not just 5, it's negative 5. We're all passing around the yawns in here. Trying not to, but. Okay, so take that negative 5, and what are we going to do first?
Multiply it by x.
Yeah, we're doing the inside, so we're starting to distribute. So negative 5 times x is going to be?
Just negative 5x.
Negative 5x, nothing fancy. And then?
Negative 5 times 3.
Negative 5 times 3.
What does that mean? Negative 15. No.
No, you had it.
5.
5 times 3 is 15, right? Negative times positive is a negative, so negative 15. This is where, if you need the calculator out, have the calculator out to double check yourself here. Not that's not good to check, do it without, but am I done?
No.
Why not?
We can add some,
The idea of these problems generally is we add the middle 2. So that means the 2x squared, it's only x to the second, so it's going to carry down. What is 6x's minus 5x's? 1x. How am I going to write a plus 1x?
Just x.
Yeah. You could write plus 1x, but Math Excel wouldn't like that. And then carry down
We have the
the,
following students come to the office: Joyce Mackey and Jacob English. Athletics tonight: middle school volleyball is at home versus Elwood at 6. Middle school football is at home versus Sheridan at 5:30. Good luck to both teams. Words from Caden Leininger. Hi guys, just remember happiness is a direction, not a place. So keep pushing forward and be the best person you can be. Hope you all had a wonderful day. Go Trojans!
okay. Can we get one more in?
Yeah.
We've still got 4 minutes. And then that'll be a good stopping part. Okay, x minus 6 times 4x plus 3.
Multiply x times 4x,
Okay, good. X times 4x.
which would be 4x squared.
Remember, when you multiply x times x, it's going to be a change your power. So 4x squared.
And then x times 3, which would be 3x.
Okay. X times 3. They're both positive. So plus 3x. Jacob, do you know what I'm multiplying next?
That's 6 and 4.
And what kind of 6 is this?
Negative.
Right. So be very careful and realize this is a negative 6 times 4x. And negative 6 times 4x.
Negative
Negative
20.
24.
Good. And lastly,
6 times 3. Negative 6 times 3.
good. Negative 6 times 3, which is
Negative 18.
negative 18. Am I done?
No.
No.
No, of course not. What cleans up?
3 and 24.
So 4x squared stays. 4x squared. What's 3x minus 24x? A minus 21x. And then still a minus 18. Okay. The homework is in lesson 8.3. I would say go ahead and try it. Okay, you know the basics, right? And then I can't remember, there might be some of the fancier ones like what's down below, like the bottom 2 examples, and if so, we'll practice some of those tomorrow. Okay, so try the homework for tomorrow, and we'll see if we need to pick up a notes or what we need to do.